أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الصلاة والسلام على رسوله الكريم وعلى آله وأصحابه ونستنى بسنته إلى يوم الدين. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brothers and sisters. Alhamdulillah, we start by praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and we send our salam and salawat on Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive our sins and shortcomings, and ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless this time and effort that all of us are giving as good deed, inshallah ta'ala, and have mercy on us in this world and in the akhirah, inshallah ta'ala. So, alhamdulillah, brothers and sisters, inshallah, we are in our journey to learning the past tense, and we have done a very important lesson of Kana and Lysa. So we stopped kind of in the middle of finishing the Kana. So we're going to talk about more about Kana and Lysa today, and also there are some subtopics that's related to past tense. So we're going to mention one or two of them, and with that, our past tense lesson will be finished today, inshallah ta'ala. Okay, so let's begin our review and also where we stop. So we have done the pronoun chart of the past tense. We talked about this past tense chart. And please remember, this is the same chart, very similar chart, not exactly the same. Similar chart will be coming for our present tense as well. And also for the passive, active and passive that we're going to learn, eventually in few more weeks. Okay. So please try to grasp this chart, okay, how these are going, how the pronoun, because you should not be weak on the pronoun anymore. You should be very profound and with all these things and everything. Okay, so the more you practice, inshallah ta'ala, the more you can be expert on this thing, inshallah ta'ala. Okay, so we start about Kana and Lysa, so I'm going to skip through this one. These are Kana and Lysa, basically are incomplete past tense. Okay, they work as past tense. They move as past tense, as we can see here, hua kana, huma kana, hum kana, okay, hiya kana, like this. But when they used in a sentence, that sentence is jumla ismiya, not jumla feriya. Okay, jumla ismiya. Okay, although it follows the inside and outside doer as it follows in the past tense, but kana sentence actually jumla ismiya. And if the kana has a, of course, kana has a doer inside it. So kana plus the inside doer, meaning it could be hua version, huma version, hum version. That is called mubtada for the sentence. So give me 1 second. Can you hear me all? Is it fine?
Yes, we
Okay,
can.
okay. So there's something issue there. Okay. So as we were saying, so if the kana has a doer inside, only the kana, then kana plus this inside doer is the mubtada of that sentence, okay? Of that jumla ismiya, okay? Remember, this is the tricky thing. Although kana works like a past tense because it's an incomplete fail, okay? It has the inside and outside doer, but the sentence is jumla ismi and kana plus the inside doer, or kana plus an outside doer is called the mubtada, and khabar is always nasab. For kana sentences, khabar is always nasab. Same with Lysa, as you're gonna see today, inshallah ta'ala. Okay, so this is very very important that you know these things. Okay, because there's a lot of uses of kana in the Quran. Okay, and kana, there's another chapter, not a full chapter, like another thing that is coming up soon in Kana, which you're gonna do it bit later, a few weeks later. But we'll come back to this Kana topic again, inshallah ta'ala. Okay. So we took this example and we saw how Kana has been used. Uh, and Kana has a present tense also. We're going to talk about it when the present tense comes. Okay, so I think we did started the Lysa, but we hadn't finished Lysa. So Lysa is just like Kana, but the meaning of Lysa, although it's an incomplete past tense, the meaning is in the present. Lysa means he is not. Not only present, it is also negative, meaning he is not. Simply, Lysa means he is not. Okay, Lysa means both of them are not. Laisu means none of them. Okay, they are not. Okay, Laisat means she is not. Laisata, both of them ladies are not. Okay, Lastu mean I am not. Lasna mean we're not. Okay, so this is the Laisa chart, which is same, which is exactly same as the following the pronoun hua, huma, hum, and same attachment at the end also. That is fine, but the meaning is in present tense. So you don't say Laisa mean he was not. No, Laisa is not the opposite of kana. Please remember that. Kana means he was. Okay. Laisa doesn't mean he was not. No, this is wrong. He is not. Present tense. Okay. Although Laisa is moving and working and functioning as past tense. Okay. But the meaning is present tense. Okay. And Laisa has a profound use, and that we're going to see today. Okay. Because it's a negative meaning. Laisa, the word Laisa means negative, that the fail is negative. He is not. So it is also used in a sentence called Jumla Nafia. Nafia means negative sentence, okay, which is very similar to Jumla Ismiya, but it's just a negative one, okay. And we'll see how it has been used in the license. So we can see it here. So we have studied the basic of Jumla Ismiya consists of Mubtada and Khabar. Huwa Muslimun means he is a Muslim. Huwa Muslimun is a simple Jumla Ismiya, Huwa and Muslimun. Okay, we saw that last week also. Okay, generally proper followed by common, meaning the Huwa is proper and Muslimun is common. This is a positive sentence. But if we want to negate Jumla Ismiya, one way is to use Laisa. So now there's an important point to remember here. There are many ways, not many ways, there are few ways to make a sentence negative in Arabic. Okay. In English, we just put a not. Okay. So, I'm eating, I'm not eating. He's praying, he's not praying. Okay, that's fine. But in Arabic, there are different ways to make something negative. Laisa is one of the way, and we'll see another way today also, and there's another way we'll see in future, inshallah. Okay, when we have a chapter called Jumla Nafia, we're going to see more on that one. Okay, so Laisa, so if I say Laisa Musliman, he is not a Muslim. So Huwa Muslimun is he is a Muslim. Laisa Musliman. Now the thing to remember, Laisa mean he is not, and Musliman, why it is nasab? Because kana and Laisa sentence, their mubtada, their khabar is always nasab. That's why it's Musliman. Okay, so look at this. Huwa Muslimun. He is a Muslim. This is we learned long ago in our Jumla Ismiya. Okay, Laisa, not Muslimun, Musliman. Because why Musliman? Because khabar of Laisa is nasab. That's why Musliman. He is not a Muslim. Okay. Okay. When we use Laisa, it replaces certain pronoun. That is, if we want to negate huwa, we take the huwa version of it. Okay. If you want to negate anta, then we take the anta version of the Laisa, which is lasta, because we just saw Laisa's chart, right? So it's very simple, right? He is not has a word. He is not has a different word. Both of you has a different word. They are not also a different word, right? So we have the chart. So that's what they're saying here. Note that the khabar of Laisa is nasab. Note that the khabar of Laisa is nasab. Now, if we want to emphasize this negation, we use Laisa plus B. This B is called ba zaida. So sometime in the Laisa sentence, there's an extra B. Now the B that we learned before is Bismillah's B, which is a harf of jar. Okay. This B is very similar to, it's like a cousin of harf of jar. They looks the same, they works the same, but they're a bit different. Different why? Because this B makes the word jar, but doesn't have the meaning of the B. So the original B that we learned, Bismillah, okay, Billahi, okay, Bikum, meaning with or in. Bismillah means in the name of Allah, with the name of Allah, okay, whatever you want to call it, okay, in or with, okay. And what is the function of that B? Bismillah, Bismillahi. So it makes the next word jar because it was a half of jar. In this example, in this situation with the Laisa, this is a special ba. This ba is also actually a harf of jar, and it makes the word that comes with that jar, but the meaning is not with or in. What is the meaning then? The meaning is an emphasis, nothing but an emphasis. So if I say Laisa bi Muslimin, then the meaning will be he is definitely not a Muslim. Definitely not a Muslim. So the first one was he is not a Muslim. The second one is he is definitely not a Muslim. Why? Where is the definitely came from? Because of the ba zaida. Zaida means extra. Zada, zaida, extra. So this is an extra ba. Okay. So if you see the three example, Look at this, how it is important. The first lesson that we learn, in our studies, like Muslimun, Musliman, Muslimin, okay, which is Rafana, is still there applying. And look at this, Huwa Muslimun, he is a Muslim. Laisa Musliman, he is not a Muslim. Laisa bi Muslimin, now it become Muslimin. Why? Because B is a harf of jar, as I said, it's like a hidden harf of jar. It has this power to make it jar, but it doesn't have the meaning of with or in. So Laisa bi Muslimin means he is definitely not a Muslim. So it is a 1 degree extra emphasis on the negativity, of the sentence. Okay, so this is the use of Lisa, and the extra thing that is used Lisa is called ba zaida. Okay, so this is the two important thing. Now Lisa in the Quran also has several use of Lisa in different places, not as many as Kana, but still it is important. It's not that only one or two places. No, it is many places, but of course not as many as Kana. But Lisa also has a lot of usage in the Quran. Okay, so if we look this one, points to consider using ba. In Lisa sentence, ba comes on the khabar sometimes, which makes it looks like an MBK, but it is not MBK. Okay, so this is very important. Okay, in the previous example, we said Laisa be Muslimin, and we said that ba is a harf of jar, but it is not a full harf of jar. Why not full? It has the power to make the Musliman to Muslimin. It did that, right? But it doesn't have the meaning of with or in. Okay, and because it is harf of jar, it doesn't make it an MBK. Okay, because we learned that in Jumla Ismiya that anything that is jar majrur, harf jar, it is an MBK. But in this example, it is not an MBK. Okay, it is not a mutalik bil khabar. Okay, it is just the ba zaida. Okay, in ba in the Lisa sentence is never an MBK. Instead, it is a khabar. Khabar of Laisa is nasab, but with ba zaida we say fi mahalli nasab. What is fi mahalli nasab means? Fi mahalli nasab is a grammatical term. You don't have to remember it. It means fi mahalli means that we think that it's a nasab. Okay. So what is happening here again? Just let's go back to the example. Okay. Look at the bottom of the screen. Laisa bi Muslimin. If I give you this part and ask you the question, okay, what is the ba here? Is it a harf of jar? You say yes, it's a harf of jar. It's working. Is it making the jar? Yes. Okay. Does it have the meaning of No. Is be Muslimin in this sentence a mubtada, a khabar, or a mutalliq bil khabar? You say it's a khabar. Although it's a harf of jar, it is not a mutalliq because it's a special harf of jar. It's a special, you can't just bring any other harf of jar here. Okay, only ba is, that's why this ba has a special name. It's called ba zaida. Okay, ba zaida, and it is only used with Lisa. Okay, and with another thing we'll see next in the next slide, inshallah. It is used to in the negative sentence to make something more emphatic. Okay, now look at this example again. Huwa Muslimun, he is a Muslim. Mubtada and Khabar. Laisa Musliman, Mubtada and Musliman, Khabar of Laisa. Laisa bi Muslimin, he is definitely not a Muslim. Laisa is the Mubtada. Bi Muslimin is Khabar. Laisa fi mahalli nasab. Okay, don't worry about the fi'l. Just say bi Muslimin is a Khabar here. Okay, Khabar here. Okay. So here is the chart again. Now look at this example. So I brought few examples here with a different thing. Okay, so huwa muslimuna, they are Muslim. Laisu muslimina, they are not Muslim. So I am using laisu because whom version of laisa is laisu, like kanu, laisu, laisu. If I say laisu bi muslimina, okay, they are definitely not Muslim. So three types of use here. So one is positive sentence. With the Lisa, I'm making it negative. And with the extra bar, I'm making it extremely negative, 1 degree above of the negative. Okay. Again, Antuma Muslimani. Antuma Muslimani. Both of you are Muslim. That's why Muslimani. Okay. Dual. Then I say Lastuma Muslimaini. Okay. Lastuma Muslimaini because this is Nasab. Muslimaini. Okay. Neither of you are not Muslim. But if I say lastuma bi muslimaini, neither of you are definitely not Muslim. Okay, is that clear to everyone so far? The use of Laisa, okay, different types of Laisa in different means in different pronouns, okay, and also the use of ba. Is it clear so far, everybody? If you have a question, just unmute and say, brother, explain this again, and I can explain, okay? But this is very important and very interesting also, because you will see now that in the different ayahs, sometimes Allah say normal no, simple no. Okay, something Allah is saying in negative, but no emphasis. Then you will find something Allah is saying with a ba zaida, extra emphasis. So with this, what you understand, and as I said again, if you open the translation, and I will show you examples from the Quran very soon. If you open the translation, every time I say that, right, you won't find these things. Why? Doesn't mean translation is wrong. It means translation is made for people, for everyone, for every kind of Muslim. If they say so Urdu translation for all the Urdu speaking people, Bengali translation, Bengali speaking people, okay? So that they don't understand grammar. But now you're learning the grammar. You know that when you can see the tone of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When is Allah talking in which tone? Okay. And that's how Prophet ﷺ used to understand. They didn't have this book, but they were Arab and they understood that when Allah is saying something with more emphasis, when it is less emphatic. Okay. And that is the beauty of Arabic language, the beauty of Arabic language, and especially the beauty of the Quran. Okay. Let's look at some other example. This time, look at this one. Ar-rajulu muslimun. The man is a Muslim. Rajul means a man. Ar-rajulu muslimun. Okay. Laisa rajulu musliman. So we have to use laisa here. Okay. And ar-rajulu is the outside doer, outside doer of Laisa, just like we did it for Kana. The man is not a Muslim. So here, why did we use Laisa? Because we know to be outside doer, you can only use the Hua or the Hia version, Laisa or Lasta version. Okay, Hia Lasta. Okay. Lysat, sorry, my Lysa and Lysat. Okay, so we're gonna see the Hua and the Hia version. So this is outside doer, and with outside doer also you can use a ba. Lysa rajulu bi muslimin. Okay, ar-rijalu muslimuna, laisa ar-rijalu muslimina, laisa ar-rijalu muslim. Now, here, a lot of people make mistakes in my previous sessions, like in my previous years, okay? Here, if you look at ar-rijalu, rijalu means plural. Rajul is singular, rijal is the plural. The men are Muslims, okay? But I'm still using laisa to make it negative. I'm not using laisu. Why? Because I can't. For outside doer, the rule is that you can only use Hua version or the Hia version, depending on the gender. So you can't bring anything else, okay? So a lot of people say, oh, no, this is wrong. This shouldn't be Lysa, this should be Lysu, because it's their plural, so it should be Lysu. No, it is outside doer. Ar Rijalu is the outside doer. And outside doer only works with Hua and the Hia version. They matches the gender only, not the number, not singular plural doer, okay? So this is another one, okay? This one, okay, so this one at the bottom, you can see Laisatir Rijalu Muslimin. Why it is Laisatir? Okay, so this is you need a little bit of time to understand this. So, but it's easy. So sometimes you can also see for Rijal, Rijal is men, okay, men. But still, I'm using Laisat. I'm using Laisat, the here version. Why? Can anybody tell me? And this is also correct. So the top one, Laisar Rijalu Muslimina, the men are not Muslim, is correct. Laisatir Rijalu Muslimina is also correct. Why it is correct? It's the here version, it's the feminine version. Why it is correct? Can anyone remember? Anyone? Okay, let me ask you, let me give you a clue. I said Rajul is man and Rijal is men, plural. What kind of plural is Rijal? Is it a normal plural or broken plural? Anyone?
No, don't remember.
Of course, it's broken plural because, yeah, it's broken plural because if it is not broken plural, it would be una ina. Okay, it will be una ina, like rijaluna or something like that. But it's not like this. It's a different spelling. Okay, so it's a broken plural, and broken plural, human broken plural, can use M3, meaning masculine plural, or they can also be feminine plural. Non-human broken plural is always feminine, F1, feminine and singular. Human broken plural can also be masculine, can also be feminine. Okay, can also be masculine, can also be feminine. Okay, so that's why the feminine version, the Lysat version, is also allowed, and it is correct to do that. And in fact, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has used in the Quran also sometimes. Okay, and there's another reason for that, but that's a bit advanced. But for example, for now, you remember that, broken, rijal is a broken plural. How do you know rijal is a broken plural? Because normal plural is in our chart, like muslimuna, muslimina, like that. Any other than these things are broken plural. They have a different spelling, extra haraka, extra letter, something like this. Okay, so if for the broken human plural, it can be feminine and masculine both. Okay, so that's why laisat is also good. Fine. Okay, let's look at this. Okay, now there is another thing called ma, and we talked about a different ma before, if you remember, when we talked about the proper and common, we say ism mausul, okay, ma and man. Okay, allazina, we had a chart called allazina chart. At that time, we also something called ma. That ma is mean what? There's different types of ma in Arabic. They looks the same. Okay, how you gonna know the difference? The more practice will make you, you will understand. Okay, so it's nothing that, there's no rule for that. Okay, so the more you read Quran, the more you try to understand, you will understand. This ma that you're looking at the screen now, this ma looks exactly the same, but this doesn't mean what or whatever. The other ma that we talked about before, in Ism Mosul chapter, that is means what or whatever. Okay, okay, like for example, ma haza, what is this? Mahaza means what is this? Okay. Ma ismuka. What's your name? Okay. What's your name? Okay. So that is the ma of what? This ma means is not. This ma means that there is no inside pronoun in this ma. So we have to mention them. The khabar is nasab. This ma is also mean is not. Not he is not, only is not. It doesn't have any insert pronoun. It doesn't go like kana and Lisa. It just mean is not. So if you want to use it with a pronoun, you have to mention that pronoun. Okay. But ma is more stronger than Lisa in terms of saying the no. Okay. And with ma also you can use ba zaida. Okay. So that's become 1 degree more stronger. Okay, so for example, huwa muslimun, he is a Muslim, which we did just before. Instead of laisa musliman, you can also say ma huwa musliman, but you have to keep the huwa in this case. Why? Because ma doesn't have an inside pronoun. Ma doesn't have the pronoun chart. Okay, so huwa muslimun, ma huwa muslimun, ma huwa bi muslimin also you can do. So bi can be used also with ma. That means he is definitely not a Muslim. Definitely not a Muslim. Okay, same thing at the bottom of the with the pronoun, feminine pronoun. Okay. This is another example. I'm just skipping through. You can read it later. The different emphasis between ma and Lisa. Okay, so what are the degrees? Okay, so that just want to show you. See that there are 4 sentences here. Laisa Taliban. Taliban means student. Laisa Taliban means he is not a student. Laisa bi Talibin. He is definitely not a student. Ma huwa Taliban. He is certainly not a student. And ma huwa bi Talibin is 100% he is not a student. Okay. These 4 levels has 4 degrees of saying no. So the first one is level 1. Second one is a bit stronger than that. Third one with the ma is 2 degrees stronger. And the fourth one, ma with the ba, is the strongest one to say something no. To say something no. Okay. So as I said before, there are different ways to say no. So these are the 4 ways. Okay. There's one more way actually, and we're going to talk about it later, inshallah ta'ala. Okay. So Lisa is normal. Laisa plus ba is normal plus 1 degree. Ma, only ma is third degree, you can say, so more powerful than Lisa ba. Ma plus B is the strongest one. Okay, ma plus B is the strongest one. Okay, for example, look at this one. Wama hum bi mu'minin. Wama hum bi mu'minin. Allah says this is very beginning of Surah Al-Baqarah. Okay, I think ayah number 8. Okay, wama hum bi mu'minin. Allah is talking about the munafiq. Okay, they say that yeah, we believe we have trust Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but actually they don't. So Allah is negating them and saying wama huwa bi mu'minin, the highest degree of no, Allah is saying here. Okay, so also Allah says wama hum bi harijamina minanna. Okay, wama hum bi harijina minanna. Okay, they certainly are not exiters from the fire, meaning they will certainly inside will be there. Okay, so in these examples, Allah used the ma with a b. Okay, ma and the strongest forms of no. Okay, strongest form of the no. Okay, and there are many other examples also in the Quran. You will find as you do read through, you will see a lot of them. For example, a common surah that we always recite, "Wattini wa zaytun wa turi sinin wa hazal baladin amin." Toward the end, Allah say, "Alaysa Allahu bi ahkamil hakimin." Laisa. Okay, Laisa. Laisa is that he is not, is he, and I is a question word. And I'm going to talk about the question one in the next slide. Alaysa Allahu bi ahkamin. There's a B there also. Bi ahkamin. Isn't Allah is the greatest of all the judge? So over there, Allah didn't use the strongest one. Allah used the second degree. Okay, Laisa and B. Okay, Laisa and B. Okay, so these are the two uses of ba zaida, one with Lisa and one with Ma. Okay, I hope it's clear for everyone, inshallah. Okay, now we're gonna go. We have around half an hour. We're gonna go about some of the subtopics. They are not exactly related to past tense, but this is a good time to introduce you with some of the things because it's kind of related to past tense. Okay, and then with that we finish our past tense. Okay, inshallah. Okay. So there is something called question words in Arabic. Okay, so there are a few words. There are much more than this, but 10 here. I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of them, and there's 2 of them as double, so around 10 of them here. Okay, so in Arabic, the question words have no grammatical effect and can simply be added to the beginning of a sentence, both jumla ismiya and felia. So what they were saying here, these small words, okay, they're called harf, okay, but they don't have any grammatical effect. They don't make something nasab or jar or anything like that. You can just simply put them at the beginning of the sentence, okay, and then they make the question, okay. But the problem with the question word, some of the question word is just like one letter, okay, or 2 letters. They're very easy to miss out, okay. So you have to be careful with that. Yeah, like for example, ma is 1 letter kind of ma and alif, okay. A means did, no, alif and a hamza, okay. So and it has been used means, for example, alam tara kaifa fala, alam tara. A means, and there's a question sentence. So a is just a 1 alif with a hamza on top of it. So because it's only 1 letter, sometimes we think this is the part of the same word, okay, but it's a different word, okay. It's a question word, okay. So we have to be careful with the usage of the question word, okay. Take a look at some of the example. For example, man darasa, who studied. Darasa means to study, okay. Did Zainab study? And hal darasa Zainabu, okay. When did Zainab study? Mata darasa Zainabu, aina darasa, where. So these are the meanings. So man means who, maza or ma means what, mata means when, okay. Aina means where, limaza means why, kaifa, the Arab people say kaifa haluka. Okay, what's your, how are you? Okay, so kaifa means how. Hal, hal ataka alal insani. The surah start with hal. Hal means did. Hal and is like did or did you not, something like this. Okay. Ayu, okay, ayu means which. Okay. So these are some of the examples of the words. They just come at the beginning of the sentence to make something question mark. Make something question mark. Okay. And there's some few more examples here. As you can see, sometimes the question word can be come after the harf jar if there's a jar there. For example, on the right hand side, if you see, where is he from? Okay, min aina hua. Min means from. We already know that, right? Okay, so sometimes the harf of jar come at the beginning. At the beginning, okay. What are they asking each other? Amma yatasaalun. Okay, amma yatasaalun. Okay, what were you all in? Fima kuntum. Okay, fima kuntum. Okay, for what did you give them permission? Limaza. Okay, zikna lahum. Okay, so there are different uses of that. You don't have to, I mean, go through all the example, but what I want you to do, memorize these question words. What is ma means? Means what? Okay. Ma also means no. We just saw that, right? Mata means when. Okay. Ayu means which. Or hal means, kaifa means how. Okay. Did. So at least 10, look at these 10 words in this slides, and then try to memorize them as your vocabulary. Okay. All of them actually used in the Quran in different places. Okay, but most use is like hal and and man, okay, and mata. These are the most commonly used, but try to memorize them as your vocabulary list for all of that. Okay, let's go to our next topic. Okay, this is two words, is and isa. Okay, and these are very commonly used in the Quran. What are they means and what is the relationship with the past tense? Okay, let's look at them. Okay, isa means when and is also mean when. Both of them means when, but one means in the future, one means in the past. Okay, for example, even in English, if I say, okay, for example, if I say, I went to my office when it was 10 o'clock this morning. Okay. Or I went to office when it was raining. So I'm talking in the past, right? So, but I'm still using when, right? Or I can say, I will eat dinner when Esha has finished. Okay. Or when Esha will finish. So I'm talking about in future. Okay. So sometime in English, we use when in the future and when in the past. But in Arabic, there's two different words for that, is and isa. Okay. It means when it belongs to the category zorf. Okay. It is considered super special mudaf. Okay. Okay. When isa is used, okay, the verb translated in future, isa. Okay. In the above ayah, okay, iza ja'akal munafiquna is mudaf ilayya for isa. Okay. Ja'akal munafiquna is a jumla failure. Don't worry about that one. Even though it is not an ism, it is considered as mudaf ilayhi fil mahalli jar to fit the theory of the mudaf and leading the mudaf ilayhi. Okay. Is also means when, but basically it is used in the past. For example, isqala Musa li qaumi, when Musa spoke to his kaum, his nation. Okay. Basically, from this slide, what we need to remember, okay, to make it simple, is and isa. Isa is, though both of the meaning is when, but isa is usually used for future, and is usually used for past. Okay, okay. For example, isa shamsu kuyirat. Okay, isa shamsu. Okay, isa nujumu kadarat. Okay, so they're all Allah's talking about the futures. Okay, okay, because the day of judgment. Okay, and whenever Allah talks about a prophet story or something like that, then it is. So basically, is in the past tense, isa is in the present tense. Both the meaning is when. If you remember this much, that is good enough for now. Don't worry about the other things. You don't have to be concerned that much. So is and isa, is and isa. Okay. So that was one of our subtopic. Another thing that we need to know, something about al. Okay, we talked about al very in a probably first lesson or second lesson, right? Al means the, but there are different types of al here. Just to make it very simple for you, there is one al called lam al jins. Lam al, it talks about the entire category. When they translate into an English, there won't be the da. So people are crazy. Okay, so we don't use the da. So there are some al we don't translate. There are some al we translate in the di. Okay, and there is a special al, okay, specifying one for the entity. Okay, for example, in Surah Yusuf, akhafu ayya kullu zib. Okay, I fear that the wolf will eat him. Even though it is translated the wolf, it is actually a wolf. Okay, so what is the meaning actually? So there are three types of al you have to remember. Okay, I'll make it simple for you. Some al, the alam al jins. Jins means the whole category. So we don't translate this one. It's like we say people are crazy. Okay, men are greedy. Okay, people are always argumentative. Okay, when you talk about a big entity, a big group, you don't use the. Although the is there, but you don't use it. You don't translate it. And there's a normal da which you always translate. We always translate. Okay. Then there is a special da, and it is only used once in the Quran in Surah Al-Yusuf. This da is pointing to an a group, but actually it means a singular thing. So for the example, when the father of Yusuf alayhi salam, Yaqub alayhi salam, he told his son when they're planning to take him to the forest, right, for a play. So the father said, Yaqub alayhi salam said that I fear that the wolf will eat him, the wolf, but he doesn't know which wolf. It's not a proper thing. It could be any wolf, okay? But because it was pointing to the whole group, okay, whole group of the wolf, okay, so that's why I used that one, okay? So just for your sake, remember that there are some types of al we do not translate. There are some types of al we translate, and there's one type of al, it is used and we translate them, but actually it means not one particular specific thing. It means a generic thing, okay? And that's what you need to remember here, okay? Also, with the al, there are sometimes say the haza baitun, this is a house, okay? Well, we talked about this before, okay? Like, when you did haza, hazihi, right? And hazal baitu means this house, okay? Remember, anything that comes after, ismul ishara with an al, it is a fragment, and without al, it is a sentence. We did this, okay? But how will we say this is the house? How will you say this is the house? How to make it a cover proper, basically, okay? In usually the to say this is the house, we use the al, but when we put together, it will become the fragment. To avoid this situation, we throw a pronoun in between the pointer and the word, which we want to make it proper. The pronoun should match with the ismul ishara in gender and number. It is called damirul fasl, or pronoun of distance, or referee pronoun. So if I want to say this house, I say hazal bait. Okay. If I want to say this is the house, okay, so I'm emphasizing, then we use the extra pronoun haza huwal baitu, the red color huwa. Okay. So this type of pronoun, extra usage of pronoun, is called referee pronoun. It's called referee pronoun. Okay. The similar thing happens with sometimes, Zalika Fawzul Azim. It's a great success. Zalika Fawzul Azim. Okay. When you put the al, okay, it makes it that great success with the fragment. Okay. Sometimes you put a hua in between them. Okay. Number four, the don't worry about that one. Just 1, 2, 3 is fine. So just to show you the use of al and use of the referee pronoun. So you put a pronoun to make it definite, to make it more stronger. Okay, and so this is the house, or this is the great success, something like that. Okay, something like that. Okay, so with these subtopics, okay, we kind of come to the end of our past tense lessons. Now what I want you to do for next week, inshallah, we'll start our present tense lesson. But before that, I want you to go through all the things that we've done in past tense. So first of all, we talked about how the past tense work. Nasara, Nasaru, okay, Hua Nasara, okay, just like the Huma Nasara, Hum Nasaru, Hia Nasara. So that whole thing. We talked about outside and inside dual. That is second topic. We also talked about Jumla Ismiya and Failure. Okay, what are the component of Jumla failure? What is maful? Okay, we talked about those. Then we talked about Kana and Laisa. And in Kana, we see a lot of examples how Kana has a Jumla Ismiya sentence, and also it follows the pronoun chart outside and inside dual. Okay, same with Laisa. Now Laisa has an extra thing, it's called Ba Zaida. And also with Laisa, we talked about Ma, and then we talked about three subtopics, is and isa, and three kinds of al, and also this Damirul Fasl. Okay, so please revise these things with also your previous is something like muktada khabar mutalik bil khabar. Okay, so I want you to give you exercise next week. I'll send you the link in a maybe tomorrow or day after when in the WhatsApp group. Okay, and then you can use that link. Okay, uh, as a quiz or a test. Okay, uh, I give you the time. It's up to your own time whenever you get the chance, whenever you think you prepare, but just do it before next class. Okay, do it before next Thursday, inshallah. Okay, so I'll send you the link and you prepare yourself first. So maybe next tomorrow or on the weekend, Saturday or Sunday. Okay, you prepare yourself. Okay, go through all this topic, all the videos that we have. Okay, and then open the link, inshallah, and it's a Google form link and try to answer the question and see how you go. Okay, and then we're going to discuss those questions as a revision of this, okay, in the next class. Okay, and then if we have time after that, we'll start our present tense. Okay, because this is a big chapter we have done. Okay, the past tense. Okay, how it is related to pronoun, how it is have outside and inside dual. Okay, and all this topic will kind of will repeat in the present tense and in the active and passive voice, but some new things will come, inshallah ta'ala. But for now, I want you to like instead of jumping to the present tense, for next week, I want you to go through all of these things, and please, doesn't matter how prepare or prepare not, take the test. Take the test that I'm going to send the link in the WhatsApp group, and then it doesn't matter how much you get, okay? And then we're going to discuss those things so that I want you to see that you understand all the things and everything, all the topic that we discussed, and then inshallah, either next week at the end of the lesson or the week after, we can start our present tense. Inshallah ta'ala, okay? And once we start present tense, we will keep going until we finish, inshallah ta'ala, okay? So we still have a few more to cover. We have present tense, we have commanding and forbidding, okay? And then we have passive, active and passive, and the last chapter will be Jumla Nafia. Okay, that we already discussed a little bit of Jumla Nafia today in Laisa and Ma, but we have some more. So still we have a fair bit, inshallah ta'ala, but we'll be able to finish it as soon as possible, inshallah. Okay, but I would like to take all of you to take a pause, stop here, and then go back to our Jumla Ismiya, Muqtada, Khabar, Mutalik bil Khabar, how the sequence changes and everything, Kana, Laisa, all these things. Okay, please revise. Okay, because if you're just listening to the lecture and don't revising, there's no point, right? So please do that, and I will send you the link soon. Okay, take your own time, set up for like half an hour or so once you prepare a little bit and take the test, and then we will discuss all the answer next class, inshallah ta'ala. Okay, so if you have any question, you can ask me now. If not, then I'll pause the recording here, and then we can take a break for next week, inshallah ta'ala, and we come back next Thursday again, and then we'll discuss the exam, inshallah ta'ala.